We had the aforementioned Greg Olson, your teammate, in that chair yesterday.
You guys had a nice conversation, didn't you?
We did. And we also, one of the things I brought up was the hits on Gronk, the hit on Kelce that knocked both of them out of their respective playoff games. Do you think those hits were dirty?
Honestly, I didn't see the Kelce one. I saw the replay of the Gronk one. And I don't think guys are ever trying to be dirty. I just think when you're trying to go up and separate a ball from somebody, you got to try to hit them. And stuff happens so fast. Guys are ducking, and so you guys go up for the ball, and then they see you coming, and then they're trying to cover up, and sometimes you just make contact with the head area. And I think 95% of the guys in this league aren't out there to try to hurt people, but sometimes those plays happen where you're gonna get hit in the head, and nobody wants it, and the league doesn't want it, but sometimes it happens.
Well, obviously it happens to you.
Yeah.
Delivering hits.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything based on the concussions that you have incurred in your career that is similar? The hits were similar. The moments were similar.
I think when those guys, like those receivers, go up and get the ball, they don't always get to see it. They don't always get to see where the hit's coming from. As a linebacker, I think a majority of the time, you know what you're hitting, and sometimes you're going to get hit by other guys. But I think for the most time on defense, you know where you're going to get hit. But on the offensive guys, it's hard because they have to go get the ball, and they're concentrating on the ball, and guys are coming from everywhere, so it's difficult.
Luke Kuechly here on the Rich Eisen Show, and I got to tell you, this is my 15th Super Bowl that I've been fortunate to cover through this show and obviously the NFL Network, coming into being in 2003. Been to tons of games, Thursday Night Football. The most scared I've ever been was that Thursday night game where you carted off, and I watched you cart it off, and your emotions took over you, and we thought that you knew you were having a concussion and thus had that emotional response. But then after I've read up on concussions, that the emotional response is brought on by the concussion. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I think, I kind of did the same thing, and you read up on stuff, and they're all very different, and not everyone reacts differently, and obviously, I reacted differently to this one versus that one. And it's one of those situations, I think that's why it scares people so much, is because there's no good way to measure it and examine it and make sure you're back. Because if I always say, if you break your arm, you can X-ray it and see this is where you broke it, and we're either going to plate it or we're going to put a cast on it, and then 4 weeks later we're going to X-ray it again and see how it is. With the concussion, you can't really do that, and I think that's where the scare factor comes in a little bit.
What do your loved ones tell you?
They just want me to be all right. If I never played football again, they'd be happy.
They would be.
Yeah, they wouldn't. That's the wrong way to say it. I think if I never played again, they'd be okay with it. But if they want me to be healthy, first of all, because they understand that, the brain's very important. You want to live a long, healthy life. So if I decided to stop playing football, I think they'd be very supportive of it.
So why do you keep doing it?
I love playing football. I love the guys in the team. I love being around the game. It's been what I've been doing since I was a little kid, and I trust the doctors and the people we have around that I've talked to about it, and I'm trying to do everything I can to make sure I'm getting more.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.